Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into the world of business credit scores.
Sounds exciting.
You gave me a ton of material on this.
Yeah,
Looks like you're ready to take your business finances to a whole new level.
absolutely. A good business credit score is essential for any business owner who's serious about growth.
I've always thought of a business credit score as basically like my personal credit score,
Huh.
just, for my company.
Right.
But from all this material you sent over, it seems like there's way more to it.
There definitely is.
So,
It's more complex than just a personal score for your business.
okay.
A business credit score really represents your company's entire financial health.
Hmm.
And unlike your personal score, a business credit score is often public.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So that means that lenders, suppliers,
Mhm.
even competitors can see how my business is doing.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to make sure your business credit score is in tip-top shape.
Okay, well, let's break this down. We've got this guide, How to Improve Your Business Credit Score.
Great guy.
Seems pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
And then reports from Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax.
Wow.
And then some articles on the FICO SBSS score.
Wow, you've really done your research.
Well, I want to make sure we get this right.
I think you're going to get a very thorough understanding of business credit scores after this deep dive.
Perfect. So tell me, why is a good business credit score so important? Is it just about getting loans?
Well, loans are a big part of it for sure,
Okay.
but it's so much more than that.
Okay.
A good score can get you lower interest rates, better terms with suppliers.
Mhm.
It can even help attract investors.
Oh, wow.
It really signals to the whole business world that you are reliable and trustworthy.
Okay, so it's like building trust with everyone, not just your bank.
Exactly. It's about establishing your credibility in the marketplace.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the guide mentions different types of scores.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I'm a little confused. What's the difference between all of them?
Well, you've got your big three credit reporting agencies, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax.
Okay.
Each of those has its own scoring system,
Mm-hmm.
and they all use different algorithms and look at slightly different factors.
So it's kind of like getting graded on the same subject, but by 3 different teachers?
Exactly. Each one has their own unique perspective and criteria.
Got it. Okay, so tell me more about Dun & Bradstreet. What's special about their score?
So Dun & Bradstreet uses what's called the Paydex score.
The Paydex score.
Yeah, and this one is all about your payment history.
Okay.
It ranges from 1 to 100, with 100 being the best.
So it's like a popularity contest for how promptly you pay your bills?
You can say that.
Okay, so the higher the score, the more popular I am.
Right, and here's the interesting thing
Yeah.
about the Paydex score. It's weighted.
Okay.
It's weighted by the dollar amount of your transactions.
Hmm.
So if you consistently pay those larger invoices on time
Uh-huh.
or even early,
Uh-huh.
that can really boost your score.
Aha. So those big payments are like the VIPs of my payment history.
Exactly, they carry more weight.
I like it. Okay, now what about Experian? What's their take on business credit scores?
All right, so Experian uses the IntelliScore Plus.
IntelliScore Plus?
And this one is interesting because it tries to predict the future.
Oh,
It looks at payment history,
okay.
but it also considers things like your company size, industry risk, and how much of your available credit you're using.
Oh, so they're trying to determine the likelihood of my business, like, facing financial difficulties down the line?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like a crystal ball for my business's financial health.
That's a great way to think about it.
Okay, now for our final credit bureau.
Right.
What about Equifax?
Equifax uses the Business Credit Risk Score,
Okay. The business credit risk score.
and this one focuses on predicting the likelihood of your business becoming seriously delinquent on payments.
Seriously delinquent. So like really, really late.
Exactly. They want to assess the risk of you falling behind on your obligations.
Okay. Their scores range from 101 to 992.
Yeah, that's quite a range.
Wow, these score ranges are all over the place.
It's true. Each agency has its own unique scale.
So it seems like each agency has its own language when it comes to scores.
That's true. But remember, they're all trying to answer the same question. How risky is this business to lend money to?
Okay.
The higher your score, the less risky you appear, and the better your chances of getting favorable terms.
Okay, so high scores are good no matter which agency we're talking about.
Right. It's a universal principle in the credit world.
Now, before we move on, the guide also mentions the FICO SBSS score. What's the deal with that one?
Ah, yes, the FICO SBSS.
Okay.
This stands for Small Business Scoring Service.
Okay.
This score is very important, especially if you're thinking about applying for an SBA loan.
Okay, why is that?
Well, because that's the score that the Small Business Administration uses.
Got it.
And a lot of lenders look at it too.
Okay.
And what makes it unique is that it considers both your personal and business credit history.
Wait, my personal credit history, why does that matter for my business?
Especially for newer businesses or smaller businesses, lenders want to see how you handle your personal finances as well.
Hmm.
It helps them gauge your overall financial responsibility.
So if my personal credit score is a little messy, it could hurt my chances of getting a business loan.
That's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
So maintaining good credit habits in both your personal and business life is crucial.
Okay, so they're more connected than I thought.
They're definitely intertwined.
That's really good insight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got these 4 main scores. Dun & Bradstreet's Paydex Experience IntelliScore, plus Equifax's Business Credit Risk Score, and the FICO SBSS.
Yes, that's right.
Starting to see the big picture here.
Good.
Now let's talk numbers. What's a good score and what should I be aiming for?
Okay, so that's where things get a little tricky.
All right.
Each score has a different range. So what's considered excellent for one might only be good for another.
Okay, I'm ready to break it down by bureau. Let's start with Dun & Bradstreet. What's considered a stellar Paydex score?
All right, so for Dun & Bradstreet, you want to shoot for that 80 to 100 range.
80 to 100.
That shows you're consistently paying your bills on time, or even early.
So I need to be the teacher's pet when it comes to paying my bills.
Exactly. A perfect attendance record for payments.
All right, what about like good and not so good Paydex scores?
So a score between 50 and 79 is generally considered decent.
Okay.
It suggests you're mostly on time with payments. Anything from 30 to 49 is fair, but might raise a few eyebrows.
Okay.
And a score below 30, well, that's definitely something you want to avoid.
Got it. All right, now what about Experience IntelliScore Plus?
So with Experian, a score of 76 to 100 puts you in a great spot. Anything between 51 and 75 is good, while 26 to 50 is fair. And just like with the Paydex, anything below 25 is considered a red flag.
Okay, so it seems like 75 and above is a pretty solid target for both Dun & Bradstreet and Experian.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
All right, now what about Equifax? Their scoring range is totally different.
Right. With Equifax, anything from 892 to 992 is considered top-notch.
Wow.
762 to 891 is still very good.
Okay.
Scores between 601 and 761 are fair, and anything below 600 could raise some concerns.
So they're speaking a different language?
Yeah.
But the message is the same. Higher is better.
Exactly. Aim high.
Now let's not forget the FICO SBSS. What's the magic number there?
So for FICO SBSS, you're aiming for 180 to 300.
180 to 300.
That's the gold star zone.
Okay.
160 to 179 is still good, and 140 to 159 is fair.
Okay.
Anything below 140 could make it tough to secure that SBA loan.
Got it. Okay, so we've covered all the scores and their ranges.
Yeah.
Super helpful.
Good.
But tell me,
Yep.
why should I even care about all this? What are the real benefits of having a great business credit score?
Well, that's what we're going to delve into next. Get ready to discover how a stellar score can really unlock a world of advantages for your company.
Okay, I'm ready.
Great.
All right, so we've decoded all these different types of business credit scores. Their range is what they all mean.
Yes.
Now let's get to the good stuff, the perks.
Okay.
What kind of doors can a stellar business credit score open?
Imagine walking into a bank and having lenders practically begging to give you a loan with amazing interest rates.
Okay, that got my attention.
That's the power of a great business credit score.
Tell me more about how a good score can help me secure better financing.
It's not just about getting approved. It's about getting approved for the best possible terms.
Okay.
Think lower interest rates, higher credit limits, more flexible repayment options.
So it can really save my business money.
Absolutely. It can save you thousands, even millions of dollars over the life of a loan.
Wow, so it's like getting a VIP pass to the world of business loans.
Exactly. You get the red carpet treatment.
Okay. Are there other benefits besides financing?
Absolutely. It can also really supercharge your relationships with suppliers.
Really?
They're going to see you as a reliable, low-risk customer,
Okay.
which can lead to things like more favorable payment terms, early payment discounts, even priority treatment when it comes to fulfilling orders.
Okay, so it's like building trust and credibility, not just with lenders, but with my whole supply chain.
That's right. It strengthens your reputation across the board.
That's amazing.
It can even help you attract and retain top talent.
Oh, wow. How so?
Well, Top-tier employees are more likely to join a company with a solid financial reputation.
Makes sense.
It shows stability, responsibility,
Yeah.
making your business a more attractive place to work.
So it's about attracting talent and capital.
Exactly.
Yep.
A good business credit score enhances your company's overall standing.
Okay, I'm sold.
Good.
I'm ready to boost my business credit score to superstar status.
Right.
Where do I even begin?
Don't worry, we're going to break it down into the most impactful strategies.
Okay.
And remember, even small steps can make a big difference over time.
That's reassuring?
Yeah.
So what's the first step?
One of the most effective strategies is to establish credit accounts with your suppliers
Okay.
and make sure that they report to the major credit bureaus.
So it's not enough to just pay them on time. They need to be telling everyone about it.
Exactly. It's like getting gold stars for good behavior. But those stars need to be on display.
Okay. I'll definitely ask my suppliers about their reporting practices. What else can I do?
This one might seem obvious, but it's crucial. Pay your bills on time every single time.
Okay. I try to be good about that. Are there any tips to take it to the next level?
Absolutely. Set up automatic payments for those recurring bills.
Oh, yeah. Get technology to work for me.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork and potential for human error out of the equation.
I like that. What about a payment calendar?
A payment calendar is a great idea. List out all your bills, due dates, amounts.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a visual reminder and you can stay ahead of those deadlines.
Okay, I can definitely implement that.
Yeah.
What if a late payment happens?
Well, if you anticipate a late payment, reach out to the creditor proactively.
Okay.
Often, they're willing to work with you if you're upfront and honest about the situation.
Communication is key.
Communication is key in all aspects of business, especially when it comes to finances.
All right, now the guide also mentions something called credit utilization.
Yes.
Can you explain what that is and why it matters?
Okay, so imagine you have a credit card with a $10,000 limit,
Okay.
and you're currently carrying a $5,000 balance.
Mm-hmm.
That means your credit utilization is 50%.
Okay.
Lenders see high utilization as a red flag, even if you're making your payments on time.
So it's not just about paying on time, it's about how much of my available credit I'm using.
Exactly.
Why is that such a big deal?
It can make lenders nervous. They might think you're overextended and could have trouble repaying your debts.
Okay, so what's a healthy ratio to aim for?
Ideally, you want to keep it below 30%.
Okay,
That shows lenders you're using credit responsibly and not maxing out your cards.
got it.
Yeah.
So how can I keep my credit utilization in check?
Monitor your balances regularly. Pay down existing debt as quickly as possible. And if you need more breathing room, consider requesting higher credit limits.
Like asking for a bigger slice of the pie.
Exactly. But remember, only ask for a bigger slice if you can handle it.
Right, of course. All right, now let's talk about keeping my information up to date.
Yes, very important.
I'm guessing there's more to it than just having the correct business name and address.
You're right. It's about consistency.
Okay.
Make sure your business information, name, address, contact details is consistent across all platforms, your website, online directories, credit bureau profiles.
So it's like creating one unified identity for my business in the credit world.
Exactly. You want to present a clear and accurate picture of your business.
With no mismatched pieces allowed.
Right. And also update your business profile with the credit reporting agencies themselves.
Oh, okay. So let them know if anything changes.
Exactly. Let them know about any changes to your business structure, ownership, significant financial developments.
So it's about being transparent and keeping those credit bureaus in the loop.
Transparency is key. The more information you provide, the better they can understand your business.
Okay. What about my financial statements?
Financial statements are very important. Keep those current and readily available,
Okay.
because many credit bureaus use them to get a deeper understanding of your business's financial stability.
Okay. So transparency is key. The more information I give them, the better.
The better. It helps build trust and demonstrates your commitment to financial responsibility.
Now, the guide also stresses separating personal and business finances.
Yes.
I've heard that advice before.
It's crucial.
I'm still a little fuzzy on why it's so important, especially for business credit.
It's all about creating that clear boundary between you and your business.
Okay.
This protects your personal assets, simplifies taxes, strengthens your business credit profile.
So it's like building a separate financial fortress for my business.
That's a great analogy.
How do I go about doing that?
Dedicated bank accounts and credit cards for your business are essential.
Okay, so no more blurring the lines.
Exactly. Separate accounts are a must.
What about forming like an LLC?
Forming a legal business entity, like an LLC or a corporation, can further solidify that separation.
Okay.
It adds another layer of protection for your personal assets.
This is where getting advice from like legal and financial professionals would be really helpful.
Absolutely. They can guide you through the process and ensure you choose the best structure for your business.
Awesome. Now, the guide also mentions diversifying my credit mix. What exactly does that mean?
It means having a variety of credit types in your business portfolio.
Okay.
Think of it like a balanced diet. You need a mix of fruits, vegetables, proteins for optimal health.
Okay.
For business credit, you want a mix of revolving credit, like credit cards,
Okay.
and installment credit, like term loans or equipment financing.
So it's about showing lenders I can handle different types of credit responsibly.
Exactly. It demonstrates financial savvy and makes you a more attractive borrower.
All right, now let's talk about monitoring. We've talked about reviewing credit reports, but is there a more proactive approach?
Absolutely. Many credit bureaus offer monitoring services that send you alerts when significant changes occur on your credit report.
So it's like having a credit watchdog looking out for me.
Exactly.
What kinds of things will they alert me about?
Things like unauthorized credit inquiries or sudden drops in your score.
Oh, so I can address any issues quickly.
Exactly. It helps you stay on top of your credit health.
What kind of errors should I be on the lookout for when I'm reviewing my reports?
Scrutinize everything. Look for inaccuracies in your business, information payment history discrepancies, incorrect credit limits, anything that doesn't align with your records.
Got it. So even small errors can make a big difference.
Absolutely.
And if I spot an error,
File a formal dispute with the credit bureau. You have the right to accurate reporting.
all right, so be my own advocate.
Be your own credit advocate.
All right, now before we wrap up this part,
Okay.
I want to talk about new businesses.
Yes.
I imagine building credit from scratch can be quite a challenge.
It definitely presents unique challenges.
So what are the first steps I should take as a new business owner?
All right, so the foundation of building business credit starts with registering your business
Okay.
and obtaining an employer identification number, or EIN.
Okay, so giving my business its official identity.
Exactly. It's like getting a social security number for your business.
What about a business bank account?
A business bank account is also essential.
Okay.
It further establishes your legitimacy and separates your business transactions from your personal finances.
Got it. EIN, business bank account. What's next on my checklist?
Next, you'll want to apply for a small business credit card.
Okay.
But here's the key.
Yeah.
Make sure it reports to the major business credit bureaus.
Okay, so I need to make sure that it's a card that's actually helping me build that credit history.
Exactly. You want a card that contributes to your credit worthiness.
As a new business, should I start with small credit limits?
That's a great approach. Start small, focus on using it responsibly, paying your balance on time.
Okay, so building that foundation brick by brick.
Brick by brick.
Are there any other tips for new businesses looking to boost their credit score?
Consider exploring vendor credit accounts. Many suppliers are willing to extend credit to new businesses,
Okay.
and this can be a great way to start building that positive payment history.
Great idea. So even though it takes time and effort, building business credit as a new business is definitely doable.
It is.
Now, what other insights await us in the final part of this deep dive?
Well, we'll explore some common mistakes to avoid that could sabotage your score.
Okay.
And we'll discuss long-term strategies for maintaining that excellent credit you've worked so hard to achieve.
Sounds good.